Hello, and welcome to Downsized Live. This is our regular Wednesday night live. We've been traveling for a few weeks, so we're actually back at home in Downsized HQ, otherwise known as the bonus room in our house.
Downsized World Headquarters. Near Charlotte, North Carolina, USA, where all the GLP-1 news that fits we print. What is it? What was that? We don't print. Okay,
I think it's all the news that's worth. I don't remember.
All the news.
I was more thinking of
that's fit to print. All the news that fits.
Ferb.
Oh,
yeah.
There's 101 days of summer vacation, and
not the song. The Nader. His like Dr. Doofenshmirtz, his evil lair.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Anyway, there's people out there, I think.
Hi, people. Hey, people. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to our live. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a member of, not a member. This isn't Club Downsized. That was last night. Last night we had special members only live.
Why don't you tell them who we are? In case they're new here. Who knows?
In case you're new here. My name's Lorraine. I've lost over 50 pounds with a GLP-1 medication, specifically compounded Tirzepatide. I am a 56-year-old mom of 3. I'm 5'5". I started at 193 pounds. My highest weight, I don't know, maybe 232 was one of my Weight Watchers recorded weights. Started at 193, got down to 140, 138, popped back up to like 143. I've been maintaining like 143, 145-ish now for a while. And so I say I've lost 50 pounds because that's still kind of true.
It's a rounding error.
And we talk about weight loss with GLP-1 medications. GLP-1 medications are medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, and Semaglutide. There's a bunch of new ones in the pipeline, so lots to talk about. You can join us for our news programs every Monday when we talk about the latest GLP-1 news. And we make videos every day. So like and subscribe and follow along with us on our journey.
What are we not?
We're not doctors. We don't even pretend to be doctors.
Nope.
Or chiropractors or pharmacists. We're just
lawyers or financial analysts.
No, we're just regular people.
Yeah.
I do have a degree in marketing from Clemson University, so ask me all your marketing questions. Please do not ask me your marketing questions. Yeah. So, all right, what's your story?
Well,
Mr.
let's
Durham?
see. I was going to quote the Steve Martin movie, The Jerk, but I think it's politically incorrect.
I don't think you can quote that.
No, I don't think I can anymore. Christopher Durham, married to this beautiful woman for the last 22, almost 23 years, coming up in March. 57 years old, so I'm a little bit older than she is part of the year.
You sound so enthusiastic with your descriptions.
I am enthusiastic. I am definitely enthusiastic.
Let's have a little energy.
That's not my brand, babe.
You don't say.
Nope.
All right, please continue.
Yeah, no. 5'10.5". I started at 286.4 pounds and generally float around about 185 pounds. So about 100 pounds down, depending on what day of the week it is.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm a little bit up after the cruise. So I think I was at 187.4 or something this morning.
I'm a few pounds up. Yeah.
It's okay. I'll take my shot again on Friday. It'll come down. It's not a big deal. I have, over the course of my treatment, used branded Zepbound and branded Mounjaro. I have used compounded Tirzepatide primarily most of the time the last year and a half or so. And lost 100 pounds. I'm currently on 15 milligrams and have been for a very long time. Do it once a week. It still works for me. I don't plan on stretching it out or going down at any point. And yes, indeed, that is one of the accepted treatment protocols to stay on your highest dose. Many people ask, and they're like, well, why isn't he coming down? Nope, there is accepted protocols.
Is there? Are there? I mean, absolutely. I guess the protocols are stay on your dose or drop your dose.
Pretty much.
I mean, you work with your doctor and you figure out what works best for you. There's not really, there's some trials right now going on with maintenance, but there's,
And Lilly talked about maintenance just a tiny bit in the call this week. If you didn't,
what'd they say?
They said they were testing more stuff. They were testing.
Thanks.
They were testing more titration methods, and they were testing more maintenance stuff.
Yeah. So I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose. I hit 12.5, hit my goal weight, and started dropping down. And I've been cruising at 7.5 for almost a year now. I might need to mix that up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's 121 of you out there.
Oh, yeah?
If you have not already, hit like and subscribe. There's 33 likes, so there's plenty of opportunities for you to hit like. And the way this works generally is I'm looking for questions. I'll say hello to people where I can, but I'm looking for questions. So if you want to ask a question, put a QQQ at the beginning of it so I can see your question. We'll try to get where we are. Please, as many as we can. Please be polite. There are moderators out there that if you're not polite, we'll kick you out.
Get you.
We'll
just kidding.
Get you.
So I saw a news story today that came out at 4:27 p.m. that said that Novo Nordisk was considering putting Wegovy into vials, like the Eli Lilly direct vials. I thought that was an interesting thing for them to say. I think Novo Nordisk is, now number two. We're number two. We try harder. So I think they're going to have to come up with a lot of things to catch up with Eli Lilly and their amazing.
Stay tuned. I'll have a whole report on the analyst call tomorrow on Novo. Today was Lilly. Tomorrow's Novo.
Yeah. So
let's see here.
I'd love for them to duke it out in terms of lowering their prices. That's what I want to see. Hey, Jess, you're the best at it. Gifted 10 downsized memberships. Well, thank you so much, Jess. You might have gotten one of these just now, and you might be thinking, why is this robot dancing? And what the heck is a downsized membership? So we have a membership here on YouTube. We call it Club Downsized, and it's a monthly subscription-based membership. And all of our content is always free. We make videos you can watch for free every day. Club Downsized is just a way to support us further. We have a special members only Club Downsized Live that comes out on most Tuesday nights, usually around 6. And then we also have some special members only content, not a lot, but there's some special members only content. And on Facebook, there is a special members only Club Downsized page. I used to have a open for everyone page and the group. Yeah, I still have the Downsized as a page. I had a group, and Facebook took it down recently because they don't like you to mention drug names and drug prices, and they think you're selling stuff. And I'm not selling anything. So anyway, that was sad. But
anyway, so you might have gotten one of those memberships. If you did, you can do fun emojis. You can come to the live on Tuesdays, and basically that'll last for a month, and you can renew it or not. It's up to you. But thank you very much to be you. You are the best you can be.
Yes, thank you very much.
Becky Clark, I think, has already left, but we'll say hello to Becky because she'll come back and watch.
They're celebrating her husband's 79th birthday. Remember to hit like and subscribe. All right, Becky.
There's a question for you, Lorraine.
Lupina, 84. Does Mochi automatically increase dosage without any questions? I don't think so. I have to reach out each month to make sure they keep it the same. Is this common? Mochi, when you pay your $79 membership fee, you go on an auto replenishment. And they just changed that around a little bit lately. I always go in before my order renews and click on the pharmacy I want, the dosage I want. I send it to my provider for approval. He approves it or not. Maybe we need to have a conference call and talk about it sometimes. And then he sends it to the compounding pharmacy, and then it comes to me. I would check in with on your portal on the Mochi website every month regardless. I definitely want to look at the pharmacies, the choices, the dosages. Some pharmacies do slightly different dosages. Some pharmacies have slightly different additives, and they seem to be adding new ones all the time. So you definitely want to look at that and maybe reach out to your provider and ask them which personalized dose might be the best one.
And your provider might be pushing you a different script each month too. So talk to your provider. It's hard to say how they're helping you manage it. I never
got automatically increased dosage with Mochi. I just went up with my provider when I wanted to go up, when we thought it was appropriate to go up. If you're having an issue, you can message customer service, and maybe they can put a note on your profile of what you want to do. But the good thing about Mochi is all the doses are the same price. So any dose, $199 a month for compounded Tirzepatide, $99 for Semaglutide compounded. Kurt Davis, H2I. Can you get compound GLP-1 for a 3-month supply? Going on a summer RV trip this summer. Yeah, not from Mochi. They don't offer a 3-month supply.
There are providers that have it. You'd have to look around. I don't know specifically which
different
ones.
Platforms.
But there are I think...
I don't know who's doing that right now.
I think maybe Orderly, but I could be wrong. But there are ones who do it. I
mean, one thing that you might do is message your provider. I don't know if you already have a platform, but I mean, we're going to go on a trip coming up, and I'm going to message my provider and see if I can maybe do 2 vials at a time, or maybe do an order and then a quick reorder. I don't know. Ask your provider if they have offerings like that. I don't know which platforms offer 3 months. Shorty says, hi, everyone. Hey, Shorty. Shorty's a member. Linda Bookmiller's a member. Good evening, Linda Bookmiller. We had a beautiful day here in Charlotte. Mindy says, hey, going for a walk while listening. Hey, Mayor Mindy. Nice to see you. Anthony is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Anthony. Down in the Dale, Shelly. Good evening, all. Hey, Shelly. Gwen's here. Hello, all downsizers. TT Trucker says hello, everyone. Sandy Shore is here. Hi, Sandy. Happy Nana 330 Leanne King. Hello, downsized family from Hillsdale, Michigan. I wasn't done reading that yet.
Oh, well.
Had one warm day and now back to frigid. It's like a little teaser. Juju says hi, Christopher and Lorraine. Juju. Joseph. I don't know what you said because he flipped past it.
Hold on,
Why are you doing it so quick today?
It's doing weird things. I wasn't trying to. Joseph here.
Brian got the pilot light relit on his water heater. All the news that's fit to print. Thank you, Joseph. New York Times. Brian Silver Health Quest says, finally got the pilot light relit on the water heater. Now I can relax. LOL. That would be a little stressful. Virginia Olson says, Mochi is confusing me. All right. I received my vial. Then the next week, a different vial, which was increased dosage. Received notification that another one is coming. Did anyone else have this happen? That is odd. They seem to go to this. I noticed the change on their website. Go into your Mochi portal and look at how you're set up. When's your next reorder supposed to go? A different vial with increased dosage. Yeah, they shouldn't just be sending things out. Receive notification that another one is coming. I would definitely go on the Mochi website, go into your portal, message customer service, screenshot these things, copy and paste them over and say, what the heck is going on? I don't, if you don't need this, say, I need a refund, or I don't want this, or how do I stop this? I'm not sure what's going on there, but I did see that they changed some stuff around, so maybe they're working some bugs out, but that's weird. Jazzy says, hello, everyone. Hey, Jazzy. Steelers. Go Steelers. Season's over. Anthony said, I did not expect Phineas and Ferb references this early in the live.
Schmutz Evil Incorporated.
I watched a lot of Disney Channel with my children who are now 19, 21, and 27. So I can name that tune in 3 notes. I've seen all the episodes: Hannah Montana, Phineas and Ferb, Victorious. Anthony knows the Victorious ones. Health at Any Cost says, evening, I'll have a question. Start it with a QQQ so Christopher and Lorraine can see them. Thanks, Barb. Barb's one of our moderators. Barbariba1. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Barb. Barbara. Nurse Tara's here. Good evening, Christopher, Lorraine, and Downsizers. Hey, Tara.
SRT Hopeful says, what happened with the Mochi legal issues? We want to keep using them. As far as I know, the last case that was in court was in California, and the judge basically threw it out and said that Lilly did not have standing to follow it because either the FDA or the states needed to execute the regulations, and it was not up to the manufacturer to execute the regulations. And they said that Lilly had not demonstrated actually damages to them. So now they've gone back and forth, and there's like 4,000 cases out there right now. If there is a compounder or a telehealth company that does not have a case against them by Novo Nordisk or Lilly, I would be shocked.
You'd be shocked. Yeah.
There are so many out there because they're out there suing everybody, throwing it at the wall. So far, nothing has really stuck.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Mochi's going anywhere anytime soon. They're certainly not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. If you follow them on LinkedIn, you'll see that they recently moved into newer, bigger offices, that they're constantly hiring people, looking for people on LinkedIn. Dr. Myra is the, president, CEO of Mochi, and you can follow her on LinkedIn and TikTok and other places. And they're going full speed ahead, so no worries there. Misty Finney says, hi, guys. Well, hi. Frankly, Michelle's here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Michelle. Terry Schwartz, 1209. Hello, new to channel and GLP. Michelle Frank's sister. Oh, yay.
Cool.
Just took my first shot Saturday.
So, Terry, are you coming on the cruise?
Yeah, you got to. What cruise, Christopher? What are you talking about?
Well, we're doing our second annual Downsized at Sea cruise that will leave June 4th through the 8th out of Miami, Florida on the Royal Caribbean Freedom of the Seas. And it will go from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas, and their private island of the Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We'll do all kinds of fun stuff. I think right now we have like 80 people registered. So
yeah,
I think we'll get to 100. 100's the goal this year. That would double the number we had last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, you come in, you get all kinds of fun downsized swag, swag bag, lanyards, Jojo buttons, all kinds of fun stuff. We'll do activities, meet and greets, photographs. We'll film some sessions, probably some interviews and weigh-ins and things. We all eat dinner together. It's lots of fun.
So go to thedownsized.org and click on the cruise tab, and you can check that out. Also on our website, we've got an Amazon store. We're Amazon affiliates. We make a small commission off each purchase at no cost to you. So we've got the Amazon store. We've got the Downsized Cruise. You can sign up for our email list. If you're on our email list, you got an email today with my picture, or part of my picture, talking about our book club that's going to happen tomorrow night at 7. We'll be talking about Oprah and Dr. Anya's book, Enough. And so you can check that out. It's already set up. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, or what do they do?
Go ahead and hit the like, and it'll alert you.
Hit the like for that live that's set up, then will alert you. So what else is on the website?
All kinds of fun stuff.
All kinds of stuff. I don't even.
There's a resources page that has a bunch of links to different things. There's information about the cruise. There's pictures of Lorraine. There's all kinds of fun stuff.
Right. Don't we have links to find an obesity medicine certified
That's on the resources
doctor?
page.
Yeah. I was reading something today. Another doctor that was writing a post and said, if your doctor doesn't want to talk about GLP-1s, doesn't know about GLP-1s, can't support you in your journey as you go on GLP-1s, you might try an obesity medicine certified doctor. there are such things. I didn't know that until we started doing this channel. So you can search those out with a quick Google search. And if you go to our resources page, we've got links for you to make it a little easier for you to find.
Say hello to Jazzy.
Hey, Jazzy. Glenn's here, still
Glenn's
reading
the book.
About halfway through. Enough. Yeah, you don't have to be done with it to join us, or you don't have to have read it at all to join us. But we'll be, covering like the big topics in this first book club discussion. So I hope you can join us. Hey Terry, welcome and congratulations, says Nurse Tara. Amy Joy, J7O, love this community and this YouTube channel. Well, thank you, Amy Joy. Joshua Clemens. Hi, everyone. Hey, Joshua.
Hello, Joshua.
Joshua. I like that name. Hope Beasley. What type of exercise did you do to help along the journey? Well, I'll take that question. Well, thank you for watching, Hope, and welcome to the Downsized. We hope you will like and subscribe. I go to a local rec center, which is also a senior center, and I work out in the morning. So I do a variety of group exercise classes because I find that works best for me. I like the camaraderie of other people. I like to talk to other people, obviously. So tomorrow, it's Thursday, so I'll be doing a step aerobics class. It's my once a week, like hard cardio class. This week on Monday, I did a balance and a strength and mobility class that's kind of new. It's weights, it's balance, and it's some stretching at the end, which was a really nice combination. It's an hour class. Yesterday, I did a strength and tone class that was more like you stand in one place and you get a series of exercises and you go through them with the instructor. So I had 10 and 15 pound dumbbells. Anyway, I do some weights, I do some cardio. So I'm a big fan of going out and exercising in other places, but I do walking, I do some weights, I do some cardio. I've really tried a lot of exercises in my past. I've ran some half marathons and a couple of triathlons, always in an attempt to lose weight, and I never really lost weight doing any of those things. So now I exercise for, I don't want to say enjoyment because that sounds really crazy. I've never thought of exercise as enjoyable, but I do actually get a lot of benefits from it now. Heart health, mental health, mental clarity. So you don't have to exercise to lose weight, right? Those things have always gone together. Like, oh, I gotta start a new diet. I gotta go to the gym. With this treatment for the disease of obesity, if you're on these GLP-1s, it's a medical treatment for the disease of obesity. And taking these medications are going to help solve that metabolic dysfunction in your body. Now, exercise is only going to help you, of course, if you're cleared from your doctor to exercise. So it can only be beneficial, but you don't have to exercise to lose weight.
Echo Cross says, I took my first shot. Congratulations, Yay! Echo Cross.
Hey, welcome. Echo Cross. Travis LR just gave some memberships.
Okay.
Cindy Blitz says, hi guys, today is our 48th anniversary. Well, congratulations. That is awesome. Why do you have a face palm emoji? Travis LR gifted 5 Downsized memberships. Well, thank you, Travis. So 5 lucky recipients at random. We don't know who just got those.
Yeah, we don't pick them. It just goes out.
Got those Downsized memberships. So
mysterious awesome. YouTube gods pick where it goes to.
Nice AI picture there, Travis. All right. Looks like your extra camera was unplugged.
Oh.
It's a weird message.
Oh, that might be the Jojo cam.
Jojo cam. We have...
Jojo's not up here.
So. Our cat is Jojo, and sometimes she likes to walk across, and sometimes she just likes to stare directly into the souls of the people watching. And sometimes, she just does what cats do. So we have a special camera for her should she decide to grace us with her presence. I think she's sleeping on a bed somewhere in the house. Aida, good evening, Downsized Heart. I've been thinking about you in the ballet class. We were in the members live last night. She was talking about her struggles and how she really loves her ballet class and how it's her form of exercise. And I'm really thinking about that. I was like, I would really like to start some kind of dance class like that. I think it would be super fun.
Well, you should do that.
Yeah, my gym doesn't offer it. I think they used to offer one at like 2:00 on Thursdays or something, random like that. And I have to do it in the morning, or I don't get it in.
Let's see here. Anthony says, question on a scale of 1 to 10. Thank you, Anthony. Being not that worried and 10 being time to panic, how worried are you guys with the whole FDA threat to crack down on compounding after the Hims and Hers pill?
Solid 4?
No, I'm probably higher than that, Anthony.
Oh.
Probably a 7.
Yeah. So
the challenge is they could actually do it, and we don't really know if Hims and Hers just pissed them off, and that was all. Well, and that was all that they were going after. And now that Hims and Hers has said we're not going to sell it anymore, they're going to back off, or if they're going to come full tilt, we do not know.
So,
I would stock up if just.
Yeah, I have some on order that's on the way. So Wegovy came out with a pill. Novo Nordisk came out with a Wegovy pill in January. It's brand new, and promptly some of the compounders came out with a compounded semaglutide pill, which I thought was
and Hims bought national advertising for it.
Really bad idea, guys. Like, let's not push our luck, right? So Hims was advertising this compounded semaglutide pill
at $49,
and they're not offering it anymore because they're getting sued. Is the FDA suing?
The FDA sent them a cease and desist letter, and then Novo is suing them. But
so they ceased and desisted. Other compounders, other platforms are still offering the compounded semaglutide pill, which I think is a super bad idea. And if the FDA starts coming in and cracking down, like Anthony has mentioned, on compounding,
I don't see any way they're going to completely shut it down.
I don't think they can.
Compounding will always be legal. They may be able to limit the scale of compounding.
Yeah. The problem is not the problem. Compounding of Tirzepatide and semaglutide currently is allowed under FDA regulations if the dose is personalized and if something's added to it to make it personalized. So a B vitamin or glycine or niacinamide, or if the dose is instead of 15, it's 16.6 or 8.8 or.
Well, that's the current interpretation of the 503.
Well, that's what they're doing. So, these compounding pharmacies are coming up with these different versions, and your provider and you can decide which version is best for you to get. So the challenge it's all perfectly legal right now as of today.
The challenge is the FDA could simply say, well, that's not how we do not interpret the rules that way. And
it would be really hard for them to take that away because people still need to have compounded medications for other medicines for other reasons. If you're allergic to a red dye, or if they have to mix something up special because you have an infant, or there's all kinds of reasons for compounding to exist. So they can't take it out completely. But I definitely don't want to push the luck here.
They could say you can't make 1,000 a day and call that personalized.
The mass production is what's gonna be a problem.
Because compounding was always designed for one patient, one prescription.
Yeah. I've lost all my weight on compounding. I've done over 100 compounded Tirzepatide shots. We started in September 29th of 2023. I've been doing this over 2 years. I've been with Mochi Health 2 years this month. And, so I've seen a lot of ups and downs. I've seen a lot of news reports. I've seen a lot of things. So hopefully we can keep compounding available, because for me, it's access, right? It's access. So, we're taking compounded Tirzepatide. Other members of our family are taking GLP-1s. It's super expensive, right? But how much we sacrifice, and we get it because it's worth it for our health. No more high blood pressure, no more high cholesterol. Our youngest daughter has lost over 145 pounds. Like, it's just worth it. So I sincerely hope that compounding stays around. I do have a vial on order. I would suggest putting those refills in. If you got 3 on the way by mistake, just pop them in the fridge, right? Like, I would hang on to that. SRT hopeful. Does Christopher work out?
Christopher stays active. So if you followed us on our cruise, I was scuba diving, I was zip lining, I do all sorts of things and stay plenty active. I do not go to gyms and work out with people, no.
Yeah, well, that is true. All that is true. Travis had a question. Travis says, LD and CD, do you have a goal for water intake and maintenance? It's really the same as weight loss. Does anyone in the chat have specific goals for water? I've heard drink half your body weight in ounces of water a day. So this is 40. I got a lot of these 40-ounce cups, right? So I tried, and I realized shortly before the show that I had not filled this up today. Now, I had some water in the morning, and I had some water when we ate dinner, but that wasn't very much. So I'm kind of behind. So I try to drink at least 2 times 40 ounces a day. And then I get other liquids in. I drink water with meals. I take my vitamins with water. I drink Diet Coke. I drink some coffee. Those kind of count. Not really.
They count. It's liquid.
They kind of count, but they don't. Like, at Weight Watchers, it could count for half your total water. But you still need to drink some plain water.
And no, I don't have a goal for water. I drink all day stuff, but I don't have a
now. And some people might come out and say, "Oh, well, my doctor recommended I only drink this number of ounces, or I have a kidney problem and I have to drink this number of ounces." Check with your doctor, of course, is always the best advice. Cindy Blitz says, "I am at an all-time low today in Wonderland." Hey, Cindy. A lot going on for you today. Got your anniversary, got to an all-time low. It's great. You're here with us live. It's a good day. Amy Joy says, do you guys have information on the Ribupatide? It's hard to say. I understand that is a dual GLP.
It is a dual GLP-1 GLP. I'm working on a video that has some information about it.
It's not out yet.
It's not out, and it's not going to be out anytime soon. The efficacy looks a bit higher than Tirzepatide. The challenge of not being an actual scientist, which most of us are not, except for our friend Condi Carmack, is there's probably more than a dozen GLP-1 GIPs in development out there. Mm-hmm. So understanding what the actual difference is between any of them, and there are differences, and I like to use the car reference, but it's like driving around and looking at a Ford versus a Chevy versus a Toyota. They're all different, but they're all cars, and they all go fast or slow and cost different amounts. I don't really understand what they're doing scientifically to make Ribupatide different from Tirzepatide, different from what was the one? There was another one in the Lilly video I did today. I don't even remember. That was for substance use disorder and things, but it was a GLP-1 and GIP as well. Mm-hmm. So it's coming in, but I've got a video that's gonna give you more detail on it.
I can subscribe for more information. Yeah, in my point of view, Christopher really keeps up with the news, and we report on the news every week, and so we're always reporting on the new drugs that are in development. But for me, what can I get today? What can help me on my journey today? I'm glad that things are coming. I'm glad that things are in development. But if it's not available and right now today, I'll just wait till it comes out. So many of these drugs go into the testing and they fall out, and people get really excited about them, and then
they may
nothing
never
happens.
make it out.
So, what can you do for me today?
Especially from some of these smaller companies. And Ribupatide is, I believe, coming from a Chinese company, that a lot of these simply don't have the money to bring them to market. So they're going to end up having to be sold to somebody else to actually commercialize them.
Well, it's like Pfizer just bought Metsera because they had a drug that was looking really good in development. So
I'll have a Pfizer report on their analyst call in 2 days.
Everybody's racing to develop these medications because Eli Lilly is making, $5 billion a quarter, millions a day on these weight loss on these GLP-1 medications. I shouldn't. I'm after reading the book enough. I'm trying to get away from calling them weight loss medications because that's a side effect of treating the disease of obesity is the weight loss.
And I think philosophically that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think, however, the reality of YouTube and life is people are searching for weight loss.
I've been searching for weight loss my whole life.
They're not searching for obesity medications. They're not searching for whatever the new fancy name is.
Yeah. I mean, I want to learn and I want to grow. And it's like calling someone obese. We're not calling people obese anymore. They have obesity. We don't say, oh, they're cancer. No,
it's all fine and dandy, but if you make up a new word, nobody's going to search for it. They don't.
Well, people get upset when I say they have overweight or they have obesity because it doesn't sound grammatically correct, but that's the direction I want to move.
It is grammatically correct too.
Kind of. Barb says, health and costs at Travis. It's pretty much a habit now. I keep 2 40-ounce tumblers with me and go through them both twice during the day and evening.
2 40-ounce. That's a lot of water, girl.
That is a lot of water for a little tiny Barb.
Yeah. Barb's full all the way here.
Barb's how tall are you, Barb? Like 5'2"?
Something like that.
Yeah. Barb went from 420 pounds to 405 to 120.
Echo Cross, nervous for side effects after first shot. Yeah, I understand that.
Drink some water.
It's okay to be nervous.
Protein.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
So the thing about the side effects is if you look at the research studies, for any given side effect, about 20 to 30% of people get the side effects. Not all of the side effects, but one of the side effects. Yeah. You might get 2, you might whatever, in various degrees. But very, very few people go off the meds because of the side effects. They more commonly will go off, honestly, because of cost or availability or other things. And all of the side effects, make sure you have a good relationship with your doctor, your prescriber, whoever that is. Talk to them because they can be managed with your doctor and with over-the-counter things. So whether it be constipation or you're cold, or there's a list of things out there, but that can all be managed too, as long as you're actively managing.
There's a medicine for coldness.
Well, I put a jacket on. That's management. You can turn the heat up. That's management.
Yeah.
Nausea, they can write you a prescription for.
Medications.
So it can all be managed. In the vast majority of things, over the course of your treatment, your body will become accustomed to the medications. Most of that stuff will either subside or minimize if you had serious issues with it. But stay ahead of it. Don't let it.
Well, and I think at the beginning, my main side effect has always been constipation. I think that's just the way my body works. And so that's easy enough to manage with over-the-counter medications. If it gets really bad, talk to your doctor. And fatigue, especially in the beginning, I would be really, really tired. And there's not a lot you can do about that. Make sure you're eating enough, because your appetite is so suppressed at the beginning that if you're not eating enough calories, that's going to lead to just some fatigue. Make sure you're getting enough sleep.
You need nutrients and vitamins. Your body needs the stuff to keep going.
Yeah.
Even if you're overweight, you still need.
And you might feel a little nauseous, so try to eat your protein first. Try to get some protein in there, so your body can can do what it needs to do. Health at Any Cost says at Echo Cross, worrying doesn't help. I'm sure you know that already, but handle side effects as they come, just like in life. Don't anticipate, just welcome whatever it is and work with it. Yeah, well, you know, what can I do today? What is this medication doing for me today? And what do I need to do today to handle it the best way that I can? Not me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello.
DJ Flats.
DJ
Hello.
Flats. Hey everyone. Hey DJ.
Marlene says orderly. That's what
Orderly
I,
does 3
that's
months.
what I thought.
Thanks,
Orderly
Marlene.
did 3
Yeah,
months.
orderly does 3 months. Vera says, I'm here. I'm here. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Hey Vera. Hey girl, hey. There's one of our cruising friends. See the ship in the background. Aida says, my Mochi provider messages me for an appointment to increase. Okay. I mean, we've been at the top so long. I've
Paula says, sorry, new here. When you mention providers, that your primary care doctor or someone at the company that you go with, that's whoever your primary care provider is.
The person who is prescribing your medication is
right?
your provider.
Many of us have both a regular local doctor and a telehealth doctor.
Yeah.
You might have just one or the other. Whatever works for you. But you need a medical professional to help you manage these prescription medications.
So I have an in-person doctor that I do my yearly checkup, blood work, and all that stuff with. She's not a big fan of GLP-1s. So I also I get my GLP-1 compounded Tirzepatide through Mochi, and I have a Mochi doctor that I've been working with now for 2 years. We message back and forth. If I have an issue, sometimes we have video calls. I have great access to him, and he'll answer me within 24 hours whenever I have a question. So,
and you'll meet, if you watch any of our Downsized Dish interviews, a lot of people will have whole care teams, an endocrinologist, a cardiologist, an oncologist, and any of those doctors could have written a prescription for this because there's so many comorbidities that these medications will work with. Sleep specialists can write it because of the sleep apnea comorbidity. So it's really about working with that medical professional to make sure you're getting the care that you need. And honestly, making sure that all of your medical professionals know that you're on these medications so that they can take good care of you.
And let's just also say that if you are working with a company that doesn't require you to talk to a doctor to get these medications, I would not go through that company. You need to have a consultation with a doctor, with a nurse practitioner, with someone who can prescribe these medications to kind of go through your history to make sure you're eligible. And, these are prescription medications. They shouldn't just be sent out without talking to a doctor. That's just for your own personal safety. Liz says, I picked up my Zepbound this afternoon and it was 45 minutes before I was able to get it in the refrigerator. Is it okay? It wasn't cold enough when I took it out of the box.
It's fine.
It's fine. You want it can be at room temperature for 28 days a month, and you're going to use those 4 pens in the next 28 days. So I've wondered that myself. So when I get the Zepbound at the pharmacy, when I'm picking up for a family member and I get it from the pharmacy, and maybe I buy some other things at CVS and it takes 10 minutes to drive home. Do I need to, sometimes I'll put, like in the summertime, I'll put a small little soft little lunch kind of tote cooler with some ice packs in there, because just want to make, I'm spending a lot of money on this. I want to make sure it's good. I'd say in the wintertime, or even if not, if you're going to use it right away. So I'd say that should be the first box that you're going to use.
All right. Justin Leary, 2965 says, if you could predict the future prices in the next 2 to 3 years, what would you guess? Just curious. I know you can't really know, LOL, with all the medicine coming soon and soon to be other players. Oh, I predict all the time. So far, I've been going in the right direction. Here's what I would say. If you're looking at 2 or 3 years down the road, you will have
there'll be so many
at bare minimum orforglipron, retatrutide, and CagriSema out. So orforglipron is an oral Wegovy. So you'll have at least 2 orals. I think the orals will drop within probably by the end of the year to $99 for the first dose. Within 3 years, I think they'll be at the $49 to $50 for the first dose, somewhere in that range. I think what they're going to use, and we saw it in both of the calls, is the vast majority of people starting on oral Wegovy were new patients. They weren't people switching. It was 230,000 prescriptions in the first month for new prescriptions, people who have never taken these medications before.
Of course.
And I think both Lilly and Novo, and they said it, are looking at growing the size of the market. And the best way to grow the size of the market is to have an accessible price.
Yeah.
And Lilly, if you watched the video today, is really looking at it as a portfolio strategy where they'll have orforglipron, Tirzepatide, and retatrutide, each at different price points and for different patients with different needs. And then they'll throw in eventually a lorilenitide, which is an amylin as well. So they'll have, it'll be like going, and I use the car example all the time, it'll be like going to your car dealership, and they're all cars, right?
I want the Ferrari, but I can't afford it.
And everybody says, oh, well, but retatrutide will kill everything.
I want the Ferrari.
Well, the reality is, if I go to a Chevy dealership,
Chevy's still going to get you to the store.
Corvettes are sexy as hell, right? But they're expensive. They can go up to $100,000, $150,000. They go fast. Not everybody's driving a Corvette. Actually, the number one Chevy that sells is a Chevy truck. And then you can have a Chevy Geo. And so if you look at it, and they all still get you where you want to go, it may be faster. There are different cost implications.
So
I think what happens is you'll see the orals get cheaper. You'll see Tirzepatide come down a little bit. You'll see Semaglutide come down probably to that $99 price point as well. And I think retatrutide, at least in the next year when it launches, is going to be expensive. And Lilly basically said that it may be several $1,000s a dose. I mean,
right
it will
now,
be expensive.
Eli Lilly is king of the world, right? And Novo is, we try harder. We're number 2. We try harder. I can also say that in the past 2 years that I've been taking compounded medication, it's come down from a little over $300 a month to $199 a month for compounded Tirzepatide. So, as brand name prices drop due to competition or other medications or whatnot, I expect that the compounded medications will drop as well.
Compounding has pushed brand name prices down. It's
well, and if we say all the time, Eli Lilly, if you wanted to wipe out the compounders, drop your cash price to $199, because who's going to want to go to a compounder when you can get the brand name for the same price? Right now, the cheapest you can get these pens with a coupon is $4.99. That's still very expensive. I mean, 2 months ago it was $6.50, so they are coming down in price, but it's still ridiculous.
I think we already did that one. T.mcg. Says, Christopher, I just watched your video about Lilly profits and pricing. Can you please clarify what you meant when you quoted that Lilly expected prices to be in the teens? Well, Lilly didn't say they expected prices to be in the teens. Lilly said they expected the prices to come down in the low to mid-teen percentage-wise. So they would come down 10 to 15%. Mm-hmm. So it's the challenge of analyst calls is, if you look at that transcript, it's probably, 20,000 words or something. And it's all business speak. And they're all trying to say as little as possible and get as much credit as possible, so that the stock analyst will say, you're great, and promote their stock, and their stock price will go up. So it's a lot of
Lilly stock price, I looked at it a little while ago, is slightly over $1,000 per share. It had been around $700 a share not too long ago. It had been as high as $1,100 per share. So Eli Lilly's cruising along. They're cruising along just fine. Their earnings are good. They're coming out with new medications, or orforglipron. So,
and what you'll see is the difference between the Lilly report today from last week's call and the one that will come out that I have on Novo is Lilly is winning so much. They're just winning, and they're very bullish. and they are going. They've got new drugs. They're winning the sales game. They're winning the new prescription game. And Novo is panicking. And their business is shrinking. They're still wildly profitable.
Wildly profitable.
Wildly
Billions
profitable.
Per quarter.
And they're talking about the market shrinking. So
I don't understand. Well, I mean, we could go down a whole nother conversation about Novo Nordisk and how I think their marketing sucks and what they could do to increase their business. But, they're not listening to me. Margaret Mitchum, 7762. Where's Jojo? Where is Jojo? Jojo, come in here. I don't know where she is. Happy Nana. I'm in Hillsdale also. Welcome. Oh, Michigan. Anthony. Hannah Montana. You get the limo out front. Our daughter for kindergarten, for her kindergarten talent show. She's now 21. She sang the Hannah Montana theme song. You get the limo out front. She was very serious about it. Christy Shardswark. I've seen online so many people stockpile their Tirzepatide. How do you do that? I've lost 56 pounds, 10 to go. Do you save whole vials or just pens?
You can do both.
Thank
so I
you,
mean,
Christy.
if you have the branded pens, whether it be Zepbound or Wegovy, those have very, very long bud dates on them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at your insurance rules, many insurance rules might say you can get it refilled at 22 days or 28 days.
I think it's 21 days.
It's different for everybody, but you got so make sure you hit it every time.
On that day.
On that date that you can do it,
mm-hmm.
such that you can get ahead.
Right.
And you have a month or two. Many people can also fill 3 months at a time.
Some people.
And you can still then do it at 21 days, 28 days or whatever. So you can do it with the compounded. It's more complicated and you're going to have to really pay attention to your bud dates and your ordering, but it kind of works the same way.
So just put in a reorder sooner than you need it, right? So if you get a vial, you take your first shot, go ahead and put your reorder in. It's going to take probably a week, 10 days to get to you, anyway. The problem with that is some of these compounded vials now have a bud date or a best used by date as quick as 6 weeks out from the date they're filled. Now, what bud date you get, and I've seen them a year out, I've seen them 6 months out, I've seen them 6 weeks out. It just really varies. So when you get your medication, look at it, look at the bud date, and you got to line it up in your fridge by what to use when.
Christy's lost 56 pounds and has 10 to go. Good for you, girl.
Good job. Once you puncture the vial, you should use it within 28 days. Best use, best practice, right? Yeah, but reorder quickly.
Oh, here's Megan. Hello, Megan.
Megan, hey. Small Things Daily. Hi, happy to get to join in today out for my evening walk. 75 degrees in Texas, just to make all the Northerners jealous. Oh, that sounds amazing. Megan's got a channel called Small Things Daily you can check out. She's a mom of 4. They're 4 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids.
Something like that.
And they're little kids, and she homeschools them. And she does a channel on GLP-1 weight loss, and she's lost over 100 pounds.
And she's coming on the Downsized cruise.
And she'll be on the Downsized cruise. So, if you want to meet all the cool kids, come on the Downsized cruise. Joshua Clemens 9806 says, Downsized, have you tried the Premier Protein with added fiber? Added fiber, you say? That would make it like a Slim Fast. How much fiber does it have? Probably about 5 grams, like a Slim Fast, huh? I just got some and it's very good. I'm always looking for more fiber. I have not, and I will not. No, he has not, and he will. I will try this. Well, my trick is to, I get the Premier Protein shakes, the ready-to-drink shakes. I pour anywhere from a third to a half of one in my coffee every day. So right off the bat, I'm getting like 10 to 15 grams of protein. Don't have any fiber, so that would do it. I'll try it. I'll look for that. Thank you for the information. Pulmonary
1020 says, is the book club by chapters or topic?
I'm making it more like topic related because the chapters, I don't want to go through the history of GLP-1s, right? I think, you can get that in a lot of different places. I want to get right to the meat of this book and discuss it. And that really is obesity as a disease and the enough point. And it's not just, we've had enough. She really talks about the enough point in your body. So that's kind of our first.
Anyway, so if you're on the email list, if you've gone to the website and signed up for it, you would have gotten an email today. There's actually a post on the website today as well. Or if you go to the live section of the YouTube channel, it's the live is already set up. Click on the description and it'll open up and it'll show you what the topics are for each of the
And I have some general questions for each week's segments, but and I want to keep it pretty much to the book. I don't want people to join in and say, Lorraine, did you have any hair loss? Because that's not what that's going to be talking about. And we probably will have that. So Anthony says, I was wondering, how exactly do you guys prepare for the weekly news? Do you write the stories from scratch or gather and share them from different websites? Are there possible copyright issues?
Well, how do we do it? I do it.
I just
Anthony, here's the thing.
I'm the editor and reader.
So I actually did journalism for a long time and have a degree in journalism as part of what I have, journalism and philosophy, and worked for a daily newspaper for a long time ago, for 5 or 6 years. So that's why if you pay attention to, so we're out there collecting news stories every day and people send them to me and all of that. The vast majority of news stories in the world are things that 100 outlets are printing. So they are all very often from press releases. Novo Nordisk says we have the best thing. They're very often produced, directed, what have you, by a TV news channel, by the New York Times or whatever. So if it's something that comes to a lot of places that's of public record, it's very easy to pick up. We rewrite it and we source it appropriately and we do it. If it's something that's unique, you'll hear us say where it came from so that we're crediting the appropriate. And there's journalistic standards. There's journalistic standards on how that's done. So if it's a research study, we'll say this research study was done by Jimmy Smith from Harvard. Here's the name, here's how, and you can go look at it if it's something that came from the press. So for instance, the newspaper, and I'm making this up, the newspaper in Nashville is reporting on the Tennessee congressman writing legislation about GLP-1s. This is not a real thing. Then we will say the Tennessean reported on X and written by whoever it was and give it appropriate credit.
If it's a general press release put out by...
So there's no copyright issues whatsoever. It's...
Well, and you've got some Google searches.
I have a lot of Google searches
so that they just dump into a email box for him. So it just when we go to do the news, he just looks at all the stories that Google has gathered for him, and
and I keep and people like Tim Banton sends me some from the UK all the time. I mean, I get stories from all over the place. So I have a running document for each week that I'll basically copy and paste links and stories into, and then usually Friday morning I'll go in and write everything and put the script together and send it to Lorraine. Lorraine looks at it, and we'll go from there and usually record Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning. Yeah.
So and we usually put some of our own opinions in there too, because we're not CNN. We're also users of the medication, so of course we have opinions on it. So it makes our slant just slightly different. Jojo, you want to come up here, Jojo? Michelle says, I lost a majority of my weight without exercising. I don't recommend that, but it is about the food. Now that I exercise, my inches are really changing. Yeah, I mean, it's helpful to exercise. You probably should exercise if your doctor clears you for exercise, but you don't have to. George, Arcos. Hey, George. Hello, Lorraine and Christopher. After 8 months on Zepbound, I start using a compound pharmacy for my Tirzepatide medication. I did less out-of-pocket expense and better results. Well, there you go.
Speaking of Jojo, here's
Speaking
Jojo.
of Jojo. Yeah, so definitely cheaper if you don't have insurance that covers GLP-1s, and better results. Yeah, that's kind of mixed. Christopher's taken some Zepbound, some Mounjaro, some compounded. He's always found them to be the same. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I've only taken compounded. I think I've done maybe one of these shots out of his batch when we were traveling. So, but that's great. Oh, you're putting on the Jojo cam. So we do. Oh, there's the Jojo cam. Wait, do you have it? Is it up?
Well, I have to
share. Okay. Add to stage. So Jojo is our cat, and Jojo. How old is Jojo? She must be coming up on 5 years old. We got her 2021, so yeah, I guess that's 5 years old. And we got Jojo during COVID. So when we got Jojo, everybody was home all the time in our house, and Jojo just always wanted to be where we were. So now Jojo is still, likes to be where we are, likes to be part of the conversation. It's Darium. Hey, Darium. Hey there, Durhams and Downsizers. Hey, Darium. Darium's a moderator also for us, and he's got a Substack that he writes called Messy Middle. Is that correct, Darium?
It is.
So you should check that out. Darium's good with the mental piece, with the mental health piece part. Lisa Loopy. I had posted a question on one of the other videos, but not sure it got answered. Does all of Mochi's pharmacies send the medication in a cooler? Well, yes and no. Which pharmacy do you use? Okay, so I use Mochi. I get mine from Empower Pharmacy, and they do ship in a largish styrofoam cooler, which inside it has ice packs, and then the vial, and then the supplies.
All compounding pharmacies are going to ship in some sort of insulated device. Container. It could be a pack. It could be. Mochi also has thermoses.
Yeah.
It could vary, and it has nothing to do with Mochi. It's every compounding pharmacy. If they're going to ship it, it's going to come. Even the Zepbound comes in refrigerated little packs, right? Like
if you get it direct.
If you get it direct.
Yeah, I've had medication shipped from other pharmacies. They come in like a big silver envelope, insulated envelope with ice packs. Sometimes Mochi pharmacies will ship. Mochi partner pharmacies will ship in that blue Mochi thermos with ice rods. I have a lot of those from when I was using those pharmacies. So it should all be shipped in some kind of insulated with ice packs. And usually in 1-day shipping or 2-day shipping is what they're doing now. Renee Skiri says, I switched to Mochi, very pleased with doctor and nutritionist. My vial to arrive on Friday was delayed 2 extra days in Memphis and arrived Monday at 43 degrees. Mochi said it was okay to use if it was warm. Thoughts? If you've got other vials, I'd use the one you just got first.
Tirzepatide is remarkably stable. We've talked to a lot of folks about it. Mochi and a number of Roe and Orderly, and there's a bunch of them have done testing on the transportation, and if they said it was fine, I would defer to them.
Yeah, one time mine got delayed. I think it shipped on a Thursday. It was supposed to get to me on Friday, but then it didn't end up getting to me until that Monday. Ice packs were all melted. It was cool-ish, and it's always good to call and ask and check with them and see what they say.
So Chars4126 says, do you know why compound places don't have Tirzepatide in a pen? So in the United States, typically the reason these medications do not come from compounding pharmacies in pens is because a pen requires a more automated line, right? And the idea is these are supposed to be personalized medications for you, not 1,000, and they may still be 1,000, but they're not these high volume things. And if you can actually search for either Novo Nordisk or Eli Lilly's production lines and see how those are made. And they're just kind of, and I love manufacturing lines, but it's just these things coming across production lines and no human being even ever touches them. the vast majority of compounding places are not set up for that. They're set up for personalization.
They're set up for personalized dosing.
Yeah.
So that's what you get.
And it the pens add a little bit of cost. People often exaggerate how much cost they add. I mean, most of those things at the volume that Novo and Lilly are getting them probably are less than $1 a piece. I mean, they're just because they're buying hundreds of thousands of them, so they're not adding.
It does create a lot of plastic trash for landfills. Yeah, and some people say, "Oh, it's easier." Some people like them better. Some people like them worse. It's just kind of, I think, what you get used to. New chapter, Nana. Good evening, everyone. A little late appointment with GP today. So happy. He's so happy with my results and blood work. I don't have to go back for 6 months. Woohoo! All right. Good job, Nana.
To the last person about the pens, there are devices on Amazon and other medical sites where you can actually, they're basically work like a pen. So you can use a syringe and you put it in the device, and it theoretically makes it easier. There are people who swear by them. We've never used them.
I would not want to do that, but people, they're out there. I don't know how to say that. Ellie. I think
it's Alicia.
Alicia voice. How long is the medication shelf life if I were to stock up? That's why you have to look at the bud date. So it's going to be different. So if you're getting a vial from a compounded pharmacy, it will have a bud date, and it's usually really little. And I have to put my glasses on to see it. Does this say? Oh, discard after or best used by 11/8/2025. Okay. This one, the pens also have a bud date on them, August 15, 2026. So you make sure that you can stock up, but make sure you're using it before the bud date comes. Does that make sense? So I have a couple vials in my refrigerator, and I take a Sharpie and I write really big the bud dates, and I use them in order. And sometimes I get a vial and the bud date is 6 weeks out. And sometimes I get a vial and the bud date is 3 months out or more. So I just kind of line them up by bud dates. Andrea Ruiz says, hello from California. I started on 1/6/26 and lost 14.6. I'm eating about 1,500 calories, currently at 7.5 milligrams a week, started at 5 milligrams. Okay, well, it sounds like you're doing great. So in about a month or 6 weeks, you've lost 14 pounds. So that's fantastic.
It's moving pretty fast.
The average weight loss on these medications is about 1% of your body weight per week. So if you're 300 pounds, that's 3 pounds a week. If you're 100 pounds, that's 1 pound a week. So we usually say between 1/2 pound and 2 pounds is kind of in the average range.
And very often as you start, a lot of people will lose
more
pretty quickly. Most people consider it inflammation and water that's kind of going away. It's not true for everybody. Some people don't lose anything and it takes a while. So there's a lot of variation there. But as you go through your process, it's taking that average weight and taking a look at it. So, but that's great. Good for you. Let's see here. Elizabeth Petrie on Zepbound since May and down 103 pounds, wow. 60 more pounds to get to Wonderland. What a possibility. Exciting times for sure. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Good for you. You're doing great. That is great.
It's
so exciting. Just the hope that these medications give people to know that it is possible, right? I think we all got our first, whatever. And it's like, is this going to work? I've tried so many things. I've spent so much money. Can this please work? And it does. So that's amazing.
Rosemary Oren's question is, have the money. I'm not sure what you're asking, Rosemary.
Have the money.
Give me a little more.
Show me the money, Rosemary. Yeah. GLP-1 Journey in Review says, hi. Hey, Lori, how are you? Now, Lori, you put up a picture on social media with a muscle that you were making. Was that a real picture? Because that muscle was looking pretty popping there. And I think the picture also had something about creatine in that. Are you using creatine? Do you like it? Tell us about that. I'm getting ready to start my creatine journey. Maybe tomorrow I'll start.
Josephine Ferraro 916 says, do you know of anybody who seriously had a reaction because they had previously pancreatitis issues, since they say that could be one of the side effects? I mean, that's definitely one of the side effects on the label. I think if you look at the clinical research, the percentage is pretty low of people who could get it, but that's why you have to talk to your doctor and really.
It does happen.
There was a lady commenting today that said she had that issue. It wasn't you, was it, Josephine? I don't remember who the person's name was. So it definitely happens. It's not a high percentage.
Yeah.
But there's a reason they print those labels, and you should take the time to have that conversation with your doctor.
Medication. There's a reason you need to work with your doctor. If you're having any pain or any like severe side effects, like talk to your doctor, talk to your provider, ask them, is this okay? Valerie says, will there be a cruise shopping list in your Amazon store? There might still be one in there. I don't know how to get. I think yes. Well, is the short answer. Yes. Well, I'll do an updated one. Last year, I made some things that we've used in cruising on the Amazon store in terms of like, phone chargers or. You can't use extension cords, but you can use outlet. What do you call them? So you can plug in your phone and all the chargers.
Adapters?
I guess. Yeah. Packing cubes, like other stuff that I usually take on a cruise. Downy wrinkle release spray because you can't take an iron. Yeah. We'll do that, Valerie. We'll do that.
Nancy Benolkin says, me too. I've been about 246 pounds for 35 years. This past week, I broke 200, 196.4. Good for you.
Awesome. That's great.
Let me give you some.
Good job, Nancy.
Jojo's going to bite you.
Jojo, I want you to sit where they can see you better. She says, I don't want to sit. Stay, Jojo. Sit, Jojo.
Travis says 100 ounces of water is a chore for me, but it really makes a difference. I was never a believer, but I am now. Well, if it's working for you, Travis, that's awesome.
I'm a believer. Yeah, it really does help.
Oh, here's Rosemary's question. What is your plan B if they stop allowing compounding the GLP-1s? What will we do? It's kind of scary.
Probably the Lilly Direct vial.
Yeah, I mean, we would probably do the Lilly Direct vial. But I wouldn't be above trying one of the orals. I mean, I think the orals are going to be the cheapest option. And right now,
pill at
the Wegovy pill at $149. Now, I'll tell you, I'm going to put out another note tomorrow because I'm looking for people who have started it. I'd love to be able to do a panel. I put out a note right after it launched, and I don't think there was enough time. We had one person say. So if you're on the oral Wegovy pill and you'd like to chat about it, we would love to hear your experience. Reach out to me, Christopher@thedownsized.org. That would be awesome. But I think probably for us, it would be Lilly Direct and the vials there.
There's also some coming out sometime in 2026, the drug orforglipron, which will be a pill version. It's not a Tirzepatide pill. It's a
GLP-1.
It's a GLP-1 pill. So once that comes out and we see the price point of that could be an option. Prices continue to come down. New drugs continue to be developed and come out. So I think by the time compounding, hopefully it never goes away. But if at some point it does, I hope we're far enough along that there's other medications, there's other price points, there's other ways to get it.
And if I have to, I'll get a job washing cars. It's all good.
Good job at Starbucks. Maybe they have health insurance.
Yeah. Starbucks might actually. That might be a good idea.
Yeah. We have to be making videos from the Starbucks for. Peggy Naylor says, I was on the Freedom of the Seas last week. Cool. Food was delicious and shows were great, especially the ice show. Sign up for the Dream Cruise. Yay. Yeah, they have a ice skating rink in there. We went on the Freedom of the Seas this past October, and we saw the ice skating show, and it was really good. Travis LR says, this channel is such a good resource that has really helped me. Well, thanks, Travis. Huge diversity in content, something for everyone on this journey. Like and subscribe.
I laugh because the diversity of content that we have is something that if you watch the YouTube gurus, they tell you you're not really supposed to do. You're like supposed to do the same thing all the time. And occasionally it confuses people. Occasionally they'll be like, they only watch the news because they don't understand the other, or they only watch the downside, whatever they watch. So they'll see another one and they're like, what are you doing now? Why are you doing that? I'm like, we've always done it like this. So.
GLP-1 Journey in Review answered my question, and my mind is blown. Thank you for your super chat, Lori. GLP-1 Journey in Review. Real muscle. Thank you, creatine and pull-up machine. Are you serious? That's your real muscle? So she's on Facebook. If you want to see this real muscle that I was looking at.
She did a video about it today, too. You didn't see the video?
No,
I think that was the thumbnail for the video.
Oh, well, I saw it on her Facebook story, and I was like, dang, girl, that muscle. So, I have been working, a lot of us have been working on doing a pull-up, and I've kind of fallen off my pull-up grind. So you're inspiring me, Lori, to get back on it. So Lori works out at I think a Planet Fitness, and they have the pull-up machine there where she goes. So you're inspiring me, Lori. Creatine and pull-up machine, here I come. There's a pull-up machine at my gym too, but I've just gotten stuck at about a 30-pound assist, and I just can't seem to break past it. I just have to do it more. I have to do other weightlifting exercises, and I know what I need to do. I just don't all the time do it, right? Vicky Dombrowski. I've been on Zepbound for 4 weeks, and I've lost 10.6 pounds. I'm amazed that not only has the food noise gone away, but all the other noise that used to keep me up at night. That's interesting. That's something that I haven't heard people say before. Maybe just all that worrying just kind of has calmed down, right? So you're not thinking about food all the time because those GIP and GLP-1s are kind of calming that food noise down. I noticed it does kind of calm other kind of behaviors down. Like every day at 5 o'clock, I'd want a glass of wine. I'm ready for dinner. Where's dinner? I got to eat right now. Where's my glass of wine? And that's kind of just taking that right out. So I think it does calm down.
GOC66 is how do you stockpile when the bud dates are so short? They're not always short.
They're not always short.
It really has a lot to do with how fast the compounding pharmacy's throughput is, because they're pushing out stuff with the shortest date. So, I mean, we've gotten everywhere from 6 weeks to a year out. So when it comes in, look at the date and stage it appropriately for what you take. So always take the stuff with the shortest bud date first.
So that's kind of what I was saying before. If you're constantly getting compounded vials with 6 week out bud dates, you're going to come to a point where, do I use it past the bud date? Is this going to be okay? And that's a decision that you're going to have to make if you are doing that. So, the thing that we've talked to experts about, like our friend Connie Carmack and others, is it just loses efficacy over time. That's the main thing. So if it's in the refrigerator, if it's sealed and all that, have I used something past a bud date? I don't recommend it. It's not a best practice. Have I? Yeah, but it's not a best practice. So know that.
CJRZ39 started Zepbound 1121 down 30 pounds, but lab showed now kidney issues. My doc wants me to eat no more than 45 grams of protein. Never had bad labs before. Ever hear of this before? Very hard to not eat protein. Well, how much protein were you eating to begin with? Because the challenge, and there's a lot of doctors talking about this right now, is we so raise the red flag of muscle loss, and I think honestly it's a bit of a passive aggressive scare, that there are people out there eating more protein than they actually needed. And if they had medical issues, kidney issues, what have you, that may have exacerbated existing problems. So it's really about eating the amount of protein you need, not some giant number. So that may well, I mean, there's definitely issues where that happens. Just same thing with water, right? We've seen a lot of people that are like, I can't drink that much water because of X medical issue.
Right. So who is it that has kidney disease? Is it the people that we met at the OAC that was
Zach.
Yeah, he had chronic kidney disease, or he had kidney disease as part of his
and the Tirzepatide actually
comorbidities, and the Zepbound actually helped it. It's tricky. I mean, if you have kidney issues and you have to eat 45 grams of protein, eat 45 grams of protein. I think it's just adjusting. Maybe you were eating too much protein before. Maybe your kidney's just having a problem for some reason breaking it down. So I would just keep a close eye on that with your doctor.
But you started on 11/21 and you've lost 30 pounds since then. So you're moving pretty fast. It could also be a function of the speed of weight loss.
Yeah. And I see some people out there eating an enormous amount of protein, right? And it depends on who you're listening to as to how much protein do you need. So I listened to one doctor that says 1 gram of protein per pound of target body weight. So 140 grams of protein. I'm not going to eat 140 grams of protein. I've heard others say 2.2. There's like a kilogram to pounds. It comes out to like a half a gram of protein per pound of target body weight. So 75 or 70 grams of target protein for me at 140 pounds. So then I talked to my Mochi nutritionist, and she gave me a different
people with too many different things. So don't.
The problem is there's a lot of recommendations of how much protein to eat. So check with your doctor, ask them what's right for you. If you have some issues like this, you just have to do what's best for your body. I think a lot of people get caught up in, I have to eat a lot of protein, and what does that look like? And protein, definitely a focus. You don't want to eat all, baked potatoes, but work with your doctor to see what's best for you. Terry Schwartz says, I took my first shot Saturday, had a headache for a day or two, and just 1 day of constipation. Also, pain in back I normally have is gone since day after first shot. This is Michelle Frank's sister. So, it's amazing. The inflammation that comes out of your body, people report from the first shot. I've reported on a study that from the very first shot, even before any weight loss occurred, people were having inflammation markers reduced all throughout their body. And so, the back pain you normally had is gone after the first shot. That's amazing. So it definitely works right off the bat for that.
Let's see, where were we? Oh, Erica says, can you explain why Lilly Direct charged a $149 credit card if you have insurance monthly? Can you explain it? Thank you. Yeah, we can, because Lilly Direct does not take insurance for vials. That is a cash program. Yep. So if you gave them your credit card, they sold you the vials. If you want to use insurance, then you have to go through a pharmacy and not use Lilly Direct like that. They're two different programs. Lilly Direct vials are a cash program.
Right. So insurance, you don't have to have insurance to get the Lilly Direct vials. And that's why they set it up. They set it up as a cash pay program for people who don't have coverage for GLP-1 medications. We don't have coverage for GLP-1 medications. We have insurance, but it doesn't cover GLP-1 medications. So that would be one option for us, is to go to Lilly Direct or Novo Direct should compounding have a problem. But yeah. I don't know, $149. Is the lowest Lilly vial $149? Yeah. I thought it was $2 something.
No, that's right.
Okay.
Nancy Benolkin says, greed won't come down. Okay. Here's what I would tell you. Watch the video today. The reason I think the prices will come down is because they're greedy. It is not. It's exactly that. It's they're looking at particularly America, which is their largest market. And they're saying 74% of the people in America have overweight or obesity, and we could get money from all of them.
Yeah.
So the size of the pie they're looking at
yeah.
is gigantic.
They're building a factory in Indiana. They're building a factory in Concord, North Carolina. They're building a factory in Texas, right? Spending billions of dollars to make these factories to produce this guy right here, because what happened when they first released Zepbound is it went into shortage because there was such a demand for it. They couldn't keep up with it. And then, that's when compounding kind of got started. So,
so what
they want all the money.
What they're looking at is, well, we could sell 100 prescriptions for $1,000, or we could sell 1 million prescriptions for $200.
Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm.
And they talk about it in the quarterly report. They talk about, yes, they're going to have some pressure on their margins, but their dollar volume is going to go up because the total prescription sales. Is that, man? I give you some of the numbers there, and they're already demonstrating that it's going to come down.
Totally greedy. $5 billion in profit per quarter, Eli Lilly. Profit, not sales. Profit per quarter. $20 billion a year. What? I don't even have a concept of how much money that is.
Valerie2329 says, just started Wegovy pill 3 weeks ago. I've never taken a GLP-1. Lowest dose is working really well for me. Well, that
Sign her
is
up.
Fabulous, Valerie. Email me, Christopher@thedownsized.org. I want a panel of new users.
Talking about
it's not about saying I lost 1 million pounds. It's about, hey, what was the experience like? What was and it looks like you're doing well, right? Mm-hmm. So, and even if you're not, it doesn't really matter. It's just, hey, I've been on my first month, 2 months, however long it's been. And, did you have side effects? What did you think? Would you do it again? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you whatever?
Not to eat for 30 minutes after you take your pill. But didn't you have a lady that told you she found, remember Dixie cups? They still make Dixie cups for your bathroom.
Yep.
And so with the Wegovy pill, the protocol is you wake up in the morning with an empty stomach, you take the Wegovy pill with less than 4 ounces of water. So a small sip of water, and kind of the smaller sip, the better. Is what Dr. Nadolsky says. Mm-hmm. So she found these little Dixie cups for, those little bathroom paper cups, and one of them was 4 ounces. So she knew if she just could, fill that up and drink some of that, then she'd have the right amount of water. And then you wait 30 minutes before you eat or drink anything else.
Breaking free from 715 pounds is laughing. Oh, come on, Jamie. Come on.
Jamie started at 715 pounds, and now I think he's under 200.
Yeah.
It's just
he has a TikTok. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Nancy Benolkin says, I can't even afford $1.99. I think we get caught up in the cash price, but the cash price, go watch this video I did today because I talk about this. The cash price is not really the ultimate goal. The problem with cash price is, as you say, Nancy, I can't afford $199. It's really the ultimate goal is about getting it covered by insurance such that you're paying whatever your regular copay is.
$25, $50.
Right. Whatever it is. And that has got to be the ultimate goal. Now, the challenge of Lilly is they're now saying that like 30% of their business is cash pay. And like 70% of their new prescription starts are cash pay. So it's huge, huge numbers. And honestly, they are significantly more profitable on the cash pay than they are through insurance because they have to pay, there's 50 people in line, PBMs and drugstores and distributors, and there's all kinds of people in the line to get money off of that. But the goal is for affordability for everybody. It's not for $199 price or even $99 price. It's to get it covered under your regular insurance.
Yeah. Once insurance can start covering these, once the price of these medications come down such that insurances have the ability to cover people on them and not break their bank, you know what I mean? Bust the bank. That's what we want to see.
DJ Flat says, only hope is that my Medicare will cover starting April. Not sure if it will or not, and if so, how much?
We're not sure either.
DJ, I don't think it's going to start in April. If you go look at the CMS, which is the Center for Medicaid and Medicaid Services, they've released, and I did a news report on it a couple of weeks ago. The initial trial program is set to start in June. Now, they did not tell us how big the trial program was, how many people were in it, how you qualified for it. There's a lot of things they didn't tell us. And that trial program is set to run June through the end of the year. And then they'll evaluate that program. And if the program does whatever its goals were, then it could roll out in 2027 to the rest of Medicare. But again, we don't know how you actually qualify for it. There's a lot of people making assumptions about it. And they still have the hurdle of, according to federal law, it's illegal for Medicare to pay for weight loss medication. So there would have to be some legal changes. All of these trials are just setting it up so that hopefully those legal that could change. There's a bill in the House. We've talked about it before. TROA, the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act, that basically would say, hey, it's not illegal to do this. And it would also fix the whole problem with couponing. So right now, if you're on Medicare, you cannot use the savings card or a coupon because it's against the law. Just you can't. Somebody said, well, who's still paying the $1,000? Well, technically, if you really want a Novo Nordisk Wegovy pen, you're going to pay $1,100 or whatever that true retail price is, because you can't use the coupon.
And there are people.
There are people still doing it. I talked to them.
We've talked to them, and it's a lot of money for sure.
Laura RP4WL says, can you tell us the website that provides ratings for GLP-1 telehealth companies? Sure.
GLP Winner.
Yep, GLP Winner. That's our friend Sabina. We've interviewed her. They do secret shopping, and they do a great job on that.
She signs up with a different telehealth company every month and secret shops them. Which I think would be a real pain in the butt.
It does sound like it, but she's got a team.
She's doing it, right? Yeah, no, she's doing it. Michelle says, I had a win on Zepbound. Called in refill for same dosage, and I had not started my other box, and it went through. Should not have, but it did. So now I'm a full box ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, to the stocking, I have seen people, particularly on Zepbound and Wegovy, wait a month. So they buy the first set of prescription, they get their first box, they wait a month and just hold it
before
so that they have that they're 4 ahead. They wait the 21 days, and then they're always a month ahead, and they're never out. Now, I don't think I could personally do that, because I'd be like,
I wouldn't want to wait. But yeah, that would be a way to do it. I think our insurance lets us refill lets us fill with a coupon every 21 days. Because although our insurance doesn't cover weight loss medication, they have to check that we have insurance in order to use the Eli Lilly manufacturer's coupon for Zepbound, which is annoying, but yeah. Amy Joy says, have read enough cover to cover, debating on making the hubster read it so he can understand a bit better. Make him read it, Amy. Make him read it. Tell him it's required reading. No, I mean, it is. I think it's fascinating, some of the things that she says, things that I hadn't really ever heard before. So definitely some good info in there. And it's not really Oprah that wrote the book. It's the doctor that wrote the book. Oprah just adds little personal anecdotes.
Vera contacted Lilly Direct about acquiring pens self-pay. The customer rep was really rude, then disconnected the call. So Vera, are you on Medicare? Because I think I remember you are. If not, I apologize. You were obviously a lovely young woman. If you're on Medicare and you want to cash pay for a pen, you can do it from a drugstore, but it's going to cost you full retail price because you cannot use the savings card, which is $1,100 or some crazy amount.
But if you go Lilly Direct and you want to get their vials.
I think Vera doesn't like the vials. I think we've had this conversation, but I could be wrong.
You can't get the pens from Lilly Direct. You can only get the Zepbound single-use vials from Lilly Direct. Sorry, the customer guy was rude to you.
Anthony CD, you were a journalist. I feel like you guys have lived 50 lives. Haha. I laugh because my girls, that are in college and trying to figure out their lives and all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I've had 3 or 4 distinctly different careers. There's through lines that if we sat and had a drink, I could tell you about how it all ties together, and it's a unique story. But yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of different stuff, and the reality of it is, if you had told 18-year-old me in college that someday I would be sitting in front of a camera talking to 311 people and have 40,000 subscribers.
It's just not even,
it
wasn't even dreamable.
It wasn't even dreamable. The newspaper that I worked for had 100,000 daily subscribers. So probably my goal is by the end of the year to match that and have the same number of subscribers that newspaper had.
Greenville, South Carolina newspaper.
So, I mean, there are careers today that didn't even exist. So it's fascinating.
When we met, you were a art director for a company that put graphics on cars.
I was. Art director, marketing director. Yeah.
I was a clothing buyer for a company called One Price Clothing that went out of business a long time ago. So, it's just, we thought we were going to do those jobs forever.
76YT user says, hi, my Zepbound is costing me $4.99 instead of $24.99. Not sure if I can continue taking the medicine. So the $4.99, you must be using the savings card and paying the cash price. Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, it absolutely is. $24.99 would only apply if you have an insurance that's covering it, and that's your copay, or in some cases your insurance may cover it to a point, and then the Zepbound savings card will pitch in more to get it to $24.99.
Yeah.
But it's very specific to your insurance, your coverage.
Yeah. If your price went up to $4.99, your insurance is not covering the Zepbound at all.
Yeah.
That's what I pay for my daughter, but when I use the savings card and my commercial insurance that does not cover weight loss medications, it's $4.99. Used to be $6.50. In December it was $6.50. Now it's $4.99. So still very expensive. You might look to the Lilly Direct Zepbound vials. They're slightly less expensive. You could look into compounded Tirzepatide, which is what I take. That's $199 a month plus a $79 membership fee. Still expensive. Less than $4.99. So it stinks. We'd all like to get it for $24.99. That would be magic. For sure.
Vera says, have you heard of Dr. Amin Hadet? Check him. Yeah, I've seen that. He has a pretty popular video that's floating around. I reached out to him through his website and have gotten no response. So if you know him, hey, we'd love to talk to him. Let's see here. DJ Flats.
Starting weight 319, current weight 255. Woohoo! Compounded Tirzepatide, hoping to continue if Hims didn't screw it up for everyone. Yep. We hear you. We hear you. That's some great weight loss. Congratulations, DJ. Yeah. Darn Hims. Health at Any Cost says at CJR, I have chronic kidney disease and had protein limits too at first. But then the chronic kidney disease went from severe to normal, so the limit is lifted. There you go. Taking care of kidneys is crucial. Listen to your doctor. Thanks for that, Barb. I knew we talked to some people that had that issue, so thanks for chiming in.
Nancy Benolkin says, I wish Lilly would package like Ozempic. Well, so what Lilly is launching any day now, and if you watch the video that released today, I talked about it. This is the Quick Pen. So it's a multi-use pen similar to the Wegovy pen. This one actually has 4 doses in it. This one's used. And one of our viewers in England sent it to us. I think Kimberly Collison sent it to us. And they should be launching this, what they said in the call was within the next few weeks. So you'll be able to do 4 doses. It has little needles that change out on it. Dropping stuff. And I think it's going to be real convenient. It also has the ability to dial in the dose. So there are actually people who have figured out different clicks so they can do smaller doses, which is an interesting conversation too. Let's see.
Lilly isn't going to follow a lot of what Novo Nordisk does, but the multi-use pen would be nice. Susan Aller 8138. Is it not safe to Zepbound Tirzepatide at 2.5? Is it not safe to what? Take? What?
That's the starting dose.
That's 2.5 milligrams of Tirzepatide, which is Zepbound, is absolutely safe to take. That's a starting dose.
She says safer to start at 2.5. And
You must start at 2.5.
I think somebody earlier said they started at 5.
I did catch that, and I glazed over it because that's not you. You should start at 2.5. Check with your doctor. If you're coming from a different medication, or maybe you're switching from Ozempic to, maybe that would be why. But if you're just starting a GLP-1, you need to start on the lowest dose.
And there are some compounding pharmacies who have slightly different doses, 2.3, 2 point, whatever. But it's basically you're starting on that low dose so that you don't get side effects and it doesn't really
your
cause
body
issues.
Has to. This is powerful stuff. It is powerful stuff, y'all. So, some people just don't have to go up in dose. Some people lose all their weight on 2.5. Some people, their body needs a higher dose, and so they move up after 4 weeks or however many weeks their doctor says.
Let's see here. CJR Z3D. Yes, I have a theory. Low BP, high protein diet caused this. Doc took me off a diuretic blood pressure pill because dehydration can also cause kidney issues. It's frustrating. So again, this is where, particularly when you're talking to people on the internet about your health problems, and we're not doctors, and we're going to tell you to talk to your doctor, but you have other things going on, right?
Pressure, yeah.
And the challenge of some of these protein things is people are telling you to eat extreme amounts.
That's kind of what I was
saying. And we don't really know how much weight you need to lose. We don't know about any of your other health comorbidities. There's so much stuff going on. And yes, if that series of events you lay out happened, then that could very well have caused the problem, not a doctor. It could have caused it. Let's see here.
You're the best at it, Jess. Nancy, I believe the book club starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That is correct. Be there or be square. Janet Keith 57. Lorraine, I love that you randomly burst into song. Yes, I do often. Well, thank you very much. Christopher says I can't sing more than like 5 seconds of a song because we might get a copyright strike from YouTube, so I try to make my outbursts.
And believe me, my family sings all the time. I have one that would like to be on Broadway. That's all they do.
She's constantly singing. What was she singing today? She was singing something in her room.
I don't know.
Very loudly. We're always singing around here. Kelly Faye says, my insurance company says I can refill when my medication is 75% through, 21 days. So I order my Zepbound on day 21. It usually takes 24 hours to get delivered to the pharmacy. I always have 2 to 3 months of extra pens. Yeah, that's how you do it. And a lot of times, even if you order on day 21, they may say, oh, we don't have it in stock. We got to get it from blah, 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 because, there's not a shortage, but they're just not keeping the high-priced medication in stock a lot of times. So it might take some extra days. There's Jojo. But yeah, that's how people do it. She's
looking fabulous there, isn't she?
Moments in Motion 25. Hi, Downsized. Every month when I receive my vial, in the vial, I receive more than 4 doses, a little bit extra medication. Yep, that can happen. Do you take the extra medication that month or do you save it?
So the vials always, from everyone, have a little, what's called overrun. It's to allow you to be able to draw out your full dose in that last shot. We share vials, so we both draw out of the same, so we use everything that we get.
So what you could do is, you take your 4 doses as normal, okay, and then on the next week, draw out whatever you can out of it. Now you can pry this open. There's little openers you can get on Amazon. Usually we can get pretty much all of it out.
You don't have to open it.
Well, you don't have to do that. We don't do it. But anyway, draw that last dose out and see how much is in there. And if you want to, add that to, what I mean? Like you could have, maybe it's half a dose and you could do a half a dose here and then a half a dose from your next vial.
Just use 2 needles, do it in 2 different spots, treat it as
2 needles, fine. 2 different, you do 2 shots, but you'd get a little bit ahead in how much medication you have on hand. You know what I mean? So, and make sure you're looking at the units because different compounding pharmacies There's different units when you draw it into the needle, so just be aware of that. But we don't say that we take it. we use every drop we can get out of them. Started 1.5 milligram Wegovy pill today.
All right, so you need to come be on our panel. Email me, Christopher@thedownsized.org.
West in the wild. Yep, email Christopher. You can be on our new user Wegovy panel. New user Wegovy pill panel. New user Wegovy pill panel. Not your average weight loss. Hello, Downsized. You guys rock. Do I know you? No, I feel like I know you. Love your channel. I've lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide, now in maintenance and going through a reverse diet to lose the menopause belly. What's a reverse diet? Is that when you increase your calories?
I interviewed somebody that talked about reverse diets. I don't remember who
it was. So now you can fill me in if I'm saying this incorrectly. So you've lost your 50 pounds, you're at your goal weight, you're cruising along, right? So I guess if you wanted to try to lose your menopause belly, you might take a diet break. Like instead of eating it in a calorie deficit, you might eat 200 more calories, 300 more calories for a period of time. Give your body a chance to adjust, right? And then if you want to, drop it down again after a week, a month, however long you're doing it for, maybe then, you could restart weight loss that way. It's kind of like that theory, my eat a cheeseburger theory, right? It's like if you're on a plateau, like have a high calorie meal, take a diet break for a minute, and then get right back to your calorie deficit. Some people do it for a meal. Some people do it for a day, a week, a month, or whatever. So I don't know. Cool.
Comments are doing weird things. 1 moment, please.
Are doing weird things. Dance break. Somebody told us last night we should do a dance. He's not laughing. We need music, but we can't play music or we get, copyright. We can only play 5 seconds of music. My favorite song right now is K-pop Demon Hunter's song, Golden. We're going up, up, up. It's our moment. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know the words. Da-na-na-na-na. We're golden. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Linda says, is there a reason we should be stockpiling? If you're using compounded, there is a bit of concern. So because the FDA issued some letters the other day about cracking down on the API and things. We don't know what's going to happen. There's been concern before. There'll probably be concern again. We like to keep a little bit ahead anyway. I wouldn't panic by any stretch of the imagination, but, pay attention. Watch the news. You'll be good. Ranakan 333. Good morning, both of you. Lots regards to you from India. I started 22 December 2025. Lost 2 kilograms in the first 2 weeks. Then it's not moving. First 1 month on 2.5 milligrams. Now I'm on 5 milligrams. Well, first of all, congratulations. I've never been to India. You've been to India.
I have.
But that's fabulous. Congratulations on starting.
Mumbai.
And it sounds like you came out doing pretty well. Very often it kind of does this slow lull thing.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate answer is, if you've watched it all, my answer is always just take your shot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is long-term care. So very often what we see is when you look, if you have like a scale that shows you your chart will do this and kind of pop up a little bit and go down and pop up a little bit. It happens all the time. And it's a marathon, not a sprint. You just have to keep taking your shots, watching what you're eating, drinking your water, doing all the things, and you'll be okay. It'll keep going.
Just keep going. Keep plugging away at it. And it sounds like you did 2 kilograms is like 5 pounds, right?
Yeah.
In the first 2. Yeah. So that's like an average weight loss. And now your body just has to adjust to it a little bit more. So just keep going. Cheer Mom 102. So happy to found your channel. It's been super helpful in my journey so far. All right. Well, do you have a cheerleader daughter? Ready? Okay. Do you know I was a cheerleader in the 7th grade? Well, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
She says, I'm your big fan from India.
Yay!
All right, we'll have to do a meetup in India then. I want to go to India.
Namaste. Cool. I love India. I've always wanted to go to the Taj Mahal. Maybe we'll get there someday.
Yeah.
CJR, you guys are just great. Such advocates. Thanks for letting me vent about my dumb kidney labs. You're welcome. And they're not dumb, right? Everybody is different. Everybody has different issues, different things going on with your body. And it's just so important to listen to your doctor's advice, know how your body handles these things, and everybody's dose is different. Everybody's different.
Laura Post says the original shortages of Ozempic a couple of years ago was not a shortage of the compound, but a shortage of the injector pens.
They just couldn't make it
they were having it was really
a
shortage of injector pens, a shortage of what's called the API, the active pharmaceutical ingredient. They couldn't make it fast enough, and a shortage of production lines. So they didn't actually have enough factories. So they've been building factories like it's going out of style. Both Lilly and Novo have been building factories like crazy, which is why they can now keep up.
Yeah, I think they've solved for those problems. They don't want to have any more shortages.
Renata Ken says, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You just have to be patient and take your shot. I know patience is really hard, and I hate telling you that, but
drink water.
You're doing great.
Eat your protein first. Maybe go for a walk, get some exercise in if you're cleared to exercise. It'll happen. You just have to keep going. My doctor is suggesting what?
7.5.
Well.
And you may need to move up. It's okay. It's okay to titrate up.
To go up.
Yeah.
We've talked to people who lost all their weight on the lowest dose, and we've talked to people who really lost very little until they got into like 7.5, 10, 12.5. So everybody's different. So I would listen to your doctor.
And it honestly, I think Barb, who is Health at Any Cost, is talking to you on here. I mean, she has shown weight loss all the way up to the 15 milligrams for a long time and continues even in maintenance on the 15. So am I. So you're okay. Let's see.
How much do you have to lose?
Yeah, I don't know. She hasn't said.
I suffer from constipation, taking fiber, Mago 7, what to do, still suffering. Talk to your doctor. If you're doing the fiber, the Mago 7, they might be able to prescribe you something or suggest. I don't know what constipation remedies are available in India. If you have like a kaopectate or a
you might try dragon fruit or prunes or kiwi.
Kiwi are good for constipation.
Really trying to get
sure
fiber
enough water
into your diet, into the food, into the vegetables and things helps a lot. And plenty of water is absolutely.
Plenty of water. From India.
Let's see here. She's
CJR says, frankly, Michelle, I can tell you my husband, who had diagnoses for diabetes and on Medicare, was covered for Mounjaro. He only pays $25 a month. Crossing my fingers for you to be covered. Some people consider it not lucky, but lucky that they have a diabetes diagnosis and can be covered that way. So a lot of times you're not covered for obesity, but you are covered for type 2 diabetes. Rob G, can you talk more about moving to maintenance? I hear a lot of different theories. Some drop down, some just stay on the same dose, and some spread out the doses. What's your experience been? So we've had two different, and Sarah Durham is calling because she always calls when we're live. You tell your story first.
Well, are you going to talk to her? Because you can take the microphone off.
Hi, Sarah. We're live. Say hello.
I don't know.
Can I call you later? Tell your experience.
So there's a lot of variability in maintenance conversation. The first thing you have to understand, though, with maintenance is
got a lot of questions.
Maintenance is one of those things where when you get to your goal weight, you really need to hang out at your goal weight for a while before you change anything. And I've watched a couple of doctors actually today who said they really wanted you to stay at between 3 and 6 months on the same dose before you changed anything, so that your body could level set and really get happy with the weight that it was at.
Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy.
And doctors, once at 3 months, once at 6 months, so you do you and you talk to your doctor. But they really wanted your body to feel like it, because what happens at that date, you hit that, whatever that magical weight was, unicorns come out of the sky, rainbows, they don't really. It's really just another day. But
very happy day.
You then have to go into a place where you're eating a little bit more, because you no longer need to be in a calorie deficit. So in order to stop losing weight, you got to eat a little bit more. The strategy that I have taken is to maintain the highest dose that I achieved, which is indeed one of the recommended strategies from Lilly, from a lot of doctors. So I have stayed on 15 milligrams at every 7 days for the last year, and it's worked just fine with me. I've added a little bit more calories. Lorraine's strategy is slightly different.
Yeah, so I hit my weight loss goal back in the spring of 2024. So it's been almost 2 years now. And so when I hit my goal, the thinking was, oh, well, see if you can drop down, maybe drop really low, or possibly even go off. Now, I know now that I don't plan to come off this medication because I have the disease of obesity. I've had it since childhood. It doesn't go away. We're just managing it now, right? So I was on the highest dose of 12.5. I got to my first weight loss goal of 150 pounds, and I dropped my dose down to 10 milligrams. And I know this because I kept a chart. I kept notes, which I highly recommend that you do, whether it's in an app like Me Again, or whether it's on paper, or both, or whatever. So I dropped my dose down to 10, and I still was losing weight. 0.4, 1.8, 0.4, like just little bits. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can drop it down some more. I dropped it down to 7, lost about a pound, still losing like a little bit. So I said, okay, dropped it to 5. Let me drop it down to 5. And when I dropped it down to 5, I heard food noise coming back, and I said, oh, no. I don't want to live with food noise ever again. So let me go back up to 7.5. So I went back up to 7.5, where I've basically been hanging out since like fall, early fall of 2024. So, and
The unfortunate answer to this is there's not a specific direct answer for everybody. I wish I could tell you, if you do this, this, and this, everybody has the same exact thing. And the reality of it is nobody had the same exact thing losing weight. We all have a slightly different experience because we're different people. Our bodies are different. Our health is different. Our experiences are different. And maintenance is the same thing. You're going to have to work with your doctor and figure out the dosage, the calories, the spacing that works for you.
Yeah. So my goal for myself in maintenance is I weigh myself every day just to make sure I'm staying in the range, the 5-pound range that I want to stay in. I weigh myself every day. I'm working out 3 to 5 times a week. I'm not counting calories. I hate I've been traumatized by Weight Watchers. I don't want to live my life counting every single bite I put into my mouth. I want to rely on the medication to curb my hunger so that I'm only hungry sometimes at meal times. I get hungry sometimes, most of the time, and that's appropriate, right? That's your body's signal that it's time to eat, and we need to remember to eat. So I want to take a medication level where I can maintain my weight, where I don't go off the rails and think about food and eat more than I should. So I'm controlling my appetite. I'm controlling my food noise. I'm still doing all the things. I'm still drinking my water, and I'm doing my workouts. I'm moving my body. I'm, eating healthy foods, and I can still put a donut in my mouth if I want a donut, but I steer away from those foods that I know don't make me feel good and aren't necessarily the best choices for me. So that's how I've approached maintenance. And so I've figured out over the weeks of kind of trial and error that kind of 7.5 is kind of my sweet spot. Now, you know, why did I go all the way up if I've done so well on 7.5 now? Honestly, when I first started back in the fall of 2023, the advice was do a month on 2.5, do a month on 5, do a month on 7.5. Here's your 3 months medication.
Well, but
There
where
you
you
go.
are today, there's no reason to believe that you should have stayed on 7.5 either, babe.
No, I know. It is.
It's,
Well, my point was that maybe I moved up through the doses
Maybe.
too fast. Maybe I could have stayed on 2.5 longer or 5 longer.
but does it really
because
matter?
It
Because you
doesn't.
got to where you wanted to be.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. But for maintenance, you know, if I'm buying a 15 milligram vial, but I'm only taking 7.5 milligram shot, I'm going to get more mileage out of my body. You know what? You see what I'm saying?
This is an important question.
How old is that sweet baby Jojo? I think she will be 5 in April. I think her birthday is in April. We got her on the 4th of July in 2021.
R. Davis 46 says, why doesn't Wegovy use the same multi-dose pen like Ozempic? My daughter, after 1 year on Zepbound, lost 100 pounds and still has 75 pounds to go. Been on Wegovy 2.4 milligrams for 3 to 4 months and been on plateau since. So Wegovy and Ozempic are obviously both made by Novo Nordisk. It's the same active pharmaceutical ingredient, the same thing. Unfortunately, the only people that can answer that is Novo Nordisk. I suspect it's some sort of production logistics thing among their factories. We simply don't know the answer to that.
So she switched from Zepbound after losing 100 pounds to Wegovy.
Probably an insurance or a PBM question would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. Anthony says, wow, I don't think we've ever had Jojo stare directly at the Jojo cam before. You never can tell with Jojo what she's going to do. Vicky Dombrowski says, Medicare is covering my Zepbound due to sleep apnea, although it was a fight to get it. 50% copay, which is $525 a month. Only good thing is after the $2,100 out of pocket max, it will be covered 100%. So yeah, I guess you'll hit that in 4 months or 3-4 months or so. That's good. You can Zepbound is approved for sleep apnea. MMW 325. Today was day number 2 on the lowest dose of oral Wegovy. Sign her up, Christopher. I've never been on a GLP-1 before.
Actually, somebody already emailed me.
Minimal side effects.
I think somebody already emailed me too. So, but yeah, I would love a panel. I'd love 2 or 3
awesome.
people.
We're looking for people who have just started the Wegovy pill to be on a panel. So if you're interested, MMW325, email Christopher at the Downsized.
And it's easy. We'll just chat and I'll say, hey, how's it been? Tell me about your experience.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you just drink no more than 4 ounces of water. Rihan Nakan 333. Wow, you took my question. I take screenshot. Very emotional. She looks my late mother.
You look like her mom.
Oh. So I always watch her video because she reminds me of my mom. Please come to India. Oh, that's so sweet.
I've never been to India. I would love to go.
I love India. I love the culture. I love everything about it. I went there in 2000. And I was just fascinated by everything. The food set my mouth on fire. I'd never tasted anything so spicy, but I love it. I think it's a beautiful place. Patricia Snyder says, nearly missed y'all from Flower Mound, Texas. Hey, Patricia. Hear you having good weather today over there in Texas. Joni Costa, 1433. How do y'all handle graciously friends and family who don't and have never had weight struggles, who like to advise against GLP-1s, and most are likely not educated on them? We'll give you some tips here. We've done whole videos on this topic. So what to say when people tell you you're cheating or you're doing it the wrong way or that shit'll kill you or whatever. My favorite is I am treating my disease of obesity with a prescription that my doctor gave me. This is prescription medication. This is not a quick fix. This is a long-term treatment for the disease of obesity that my doctor and I have.
But as you can imagine, she's extremely verbose. So she is probably going to talk about it so much that they just get bored and walk away.
I mean, my sister was kind of pissed off.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, because my sister's out here. My sister has always been skinny and I've always been chunky. That's just, we're 14 months apart. So we have been very competitive about a lot of things throughout our lives. So my sister is out here, I won't say compulsively exercising, but she exercises every single day. And when I say every single day, she's running 5 miles.
To the point of hurting herself.
She's running 10 miles. She's doing weightlifting in her basement. She's
just channeling her addiction a different way.
Doing triathlons every month on a team. Like, she hardcore works out, and she doesn't eat meat. She's a vegetarian. She eats very little, to the point of where it, was problematic. Okay. So she sees me struggling with my weight my whole life, and now I can take this magical shot and poof, I can be the same weight as her. And that really pissed her off. And, and my parents didn't like it either, because they're like, it's a medication. Do you have to take that forever? Yes, I'll take that forever. I don't know. Why can't you just do it on your own? I've tried for 56 years to do it on my own. It's not possible. If it was possible, I would have done it by now. So, there's a lot of things to say from the polite, I'm doing this with my doctor. We have whole videos on it. F off.
Yeah, and there are some people who we live in suburbia, so there's these standard kind of gym bro, I run 600 miles a day people that are just like, and they always want to tell you how to do it. And those people I become very annoyed with very quickly. And I honestly either walk away and don't have the conversation, or if they get in my face, I get in their face, and it's just not polite, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
The vast majority of people, I just kind of go, you know what? I appreciate your concern about my health, and I'm working with my doctor and have a plan on that, and just leave it at that. They don't ask me about my blood pressure. They don't ask me about an ingrown toenail. They don't have any business in any other health thing. So what are you messing? Right. Just because you can see I'm fat doesn't mean you get asked
Obesity
about it.
Is a disease you wear on the outside, right? People don't see high blood pressure. People don't see high cholesterol, that people might take medications to manage those chronic diseases for their whole life. I don't think obesity is any different. It's a chronic progressive disease that I can now take this magic medication, and manage my weight, where I've always struggled. I've done every diet in America. You can send them to the Downsized. Say, check out these two wacky people who lost weight, and talk about it every day. OR room 2, down 30 pounds since November on Zepbound 2.5. Have another 35 to go. Wow. If one is on 2.5, how does one manage maintenance on the lowest dose? Well, I'd say you're there. I'd say you stay on the dose. You just stay on that dose. Like Christopher stopped at 15. He stays on 15. If you lose all your weight on 2.5, you'll just stay on 2.5. If you start losing too much weight, well, maybe you eat more food. You know what I mean?
Or you could stretch it out, but you still have 35 pounds to go. And it sounds like you've done pretty well. The challenge is, the closer you get to your goal weight, the slower it'll be. It's just your body is, you're losing a larger percentage of your body weight than, and you may still have to go up yet. Maybe not. Maybe you do. It doesn't really matter what dose you're on, as long as you're working with your doctor and it's what your health needs.
And stretching it out is a good point too. We've talked to people who've gone 10 days between shots, 14 days between shots. So when you get to that maintenance place, there are other strategies, right? So don't worry. If you need to go up in dose, it's fine. Matter. It doesn't matter. No one cares what dose you're on. I mean, we care, but you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Franklin Michelle says, Joni, I found being educated on the disease has helped me to have conversations. Family was supportive, but not everyone understands it is a disease. I found I had to understand both the disease, ... I think she goes on to say more.
I don't know. Oh, and here you go.
And how GLP works and how to explain it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Rob says, wow, thanks both of you. Maintenance, starting by working up on calories while staying on the same dose makes a lot of sense. I would be concerned about dropping back or going Wegovy pill from Zepbound. Yeah.
And you could try the pill eventually.
You could try it.
I would probably wait and try orforglipron, not the Wegovy pill. I think
that's not out yet.
Orforglipron's not out yet. I think it's going to be a little easier to take. There's not as many restrictions, and I think the side effect profile is a little better. You don't lose as much weight, but you're in maintenance. You'll need to lose weight, so that's not really an issue. The nice thing is, as we get more options, you can always try the options, and if they don't work, then you
go back to work.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
It's not like once you come off, you can't ever go back on. But a lot of people come off the medication completely and think, oh, I don't have to do this anymore, and gain some weight back, and then they end up coming back, like Oprah Winfrey did that. But that's not what you're talking about. But I understand.
What time is it? It is. Oh, we've been on here a long time.
Yeah.
It's 294 people and 194 likes. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I always like to see 200 likes on there. It's all good. Let's see here. Dis Mama says, I just took my last Zepbound 10 milligram yesterday, switching to oral Wegovy later this month.
Okay.
Cool. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah,
if you want to be on the panel, let us know.
I'm wondering, where are you in your weight loss? Are you maintenance, or still losing, or what you got there?
All right, let me look and make sure there's no urgent questions, and then we're gonna get out of here because it's been 2 hours and I'm tired. And
Christopher's getting over being sick this week. Somebody put a comment on the news. Christopher, your voice sounds terrible on the news today. You need to get your vocal cords checked. He's like, I have a cold. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Jude says, Dave from On the Pen was talking to a doctor who opined there may be a once monthly. Oh, it's not. There's no opining. There is ones in development right now.
In development. Mm-hmm.
There's both monthly pills and monthly injections, so it's not a big deal. And we saw, you were going to say,
Dr. Lottie Knudsen from Novo Nordisk speak at Obesity Week, and the way she talked about it, she's a very smart scientist who worked on Ozempic and figured out how to make the medicine last longer in your body, so that instead of like evaporating in 2 minutes, you can now take a once weekly shot and it stays in your body. She even was talking about a once yearly shot. Like, she saw no reason in the future why it couldn't even last up to a year, almost like a vaccination.
This lady is one of the discoverers of GLP-1. Right. She was very, very cool.
She's one of the OGs on the Ozempic
right,
formulation.
Take one more and then we're going to get out of here.
Wouldn't that be something? If you just
AVHRRSST says, question, is there anything about maintenance that you wish you had known before getting there? I'm 9 pounds away from my goal. Things have really slowed down in my loss, but I have no maintenance plan. Yeah, here's the thing. Maintenance is just life.
It's just the rest of your life.
It's just every day.
It's just you're still doing what you're doing.
I think what I wish I knew was you should really be planning, and this is so bizarre to say, for maintenance from day one. So you should begin to learn how to eat, how to do all of the things, and build habits that are sustainable habits for the rest of your life. So don't diet, don't eat terrible things, don't punish yourself. It's about building sustainable habits. Eat delicious food that you love. Do things.
Eat in a way that you can keep doing for the rest of your life. I'm not cutting out carbs for the rest of my life. I'm not going to eat in a 4-hour window for the rest of my life. It's all made up BS. And if you're doing it that way and you're having success, then God bless. But I'm telling you, you don't have to do those things, right? You want to eat whole foods, healthy foods.
But yeah, it's
regular, whole, healthy food.
And then what I would tell you is, embrace the variation in your body. If you think you're going to get to maintenance and whatever that number is, so mine's 185, and you're going to stay at 185 every day, you're not.
You need to have a range.
Your body's going to go up and down, And we were talking about it in the live yesterday, in the club live yesterday. If for no other reason than Lorraine drinks 5 pounds of water a day, and we eat 3 pounds of food a day, but there's constantly all this weight from food and liquid coming in our body and going out our body, and we sweat and we change. And so understanding and embracing the variety of your body and the variability is okay. It's not something to panic about, because you take your shot, you eat the right things, you do what you got to do, and then it's about being comfortable enough with yourself to lean into that and live a good life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming up on 2 years of maintenance. Like, what? Like, I never maintained a weight in my life. I never got to a goal weight in my whole life, and all my years of dieting. I never got to my Weight Watchers target or goal weight or lifetime or any of that. I know a lot of people out there have. I never thought it was possible. I never thought it was possible for me to get to the weight I am now, 145 pounds. I never thought it was possible. So I never even considered the possibility of maintenance. But let me tell you, with these GLP-1 medications, if you're losing weight on them, keep going, and you will get to your goal weight eventually. You'll get to a maintenance weight. Goal weight is kind of a tricky thing, because maybe your goal weight isn't what you think it is, or maybe it's lower than. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But keep going, and you're going to get there. So what do you want your daily life to look like when you get there? For me, I wake up, I have my coffee, I pour some protein shake in it. I've been loving my Kashi high protein cereal with Fairlife milk and throwing in a handful of blueberries for breakfast. We've been eating, we eat leftovers pretty much for lunch, or I'll fix like eggs and avocado toast or something like that. And then like for dinner, we put salmon in the air fryer. We do that about once a week with some sweet potatoes and asparagus. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't eat a lot of fast food. We don't eat a lot of food out. We're making food at home. We're eating whole, healthy food. So welcome to maintenance. But we still go on vacation. So we just got back from, we were cruising for 2 weeks. We're out of town for 2 weeks. And so we're still able, and we took our shots with us, and we still maintained a semi-healthy lifestyle. I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables and fish and stuff on the cruise. So it's still possible to live your life the way you want to live your life and be healthy about it. We used to plan our vacations around food. We used to go on cruises so we could eat all the food. Well, we're not about that anymore. We go on cruises, and now we can zip line, or we can scuba dive, or we can, do things we couldn't do at higher weights. So, and the food is it's just there, and it's still, fun to try new things, but we're not there to stuff our face like maybe we were before.
All right. That's it for us this evening. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Make sure you join Lorraine for the book club tomorrow. For the book club tomorrow at 7. You don't even have to have read this. She'll have topics, and you guys can all talk.
I'll give you a talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Remember that from Saturday Night Live?
I do. If you haven't, go check out our website. Sign up for our email list. As Lorraine said, our Facebook group got nuked. It just got completely eliminated before. If you're on our email list, we can always get in touch with you. If you haven't checked out Club Downsized, please take a moment and do that as well. And of course, we would love to have everybody come and join us for the cruise.
Jojo will not be on the cruise.
Jojo is not a kiddie cruiser now. But we would love to have you. And if you're waiting for a personal invitation, you're invited. Come on the cruise.
Jojo says, "Don't pet me. Don't touch me. I just want to sit here." She's looking at you.
Say bye, Joe.
Wait, babe.
She didn't like that.
She doesn't like to be held. Say bye-bye, Jojo.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks
you
very
for
much
watching.
for
Hit the
joining
like
us.
button on your way out. Thank you.
My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
And we are
Jojo
Downsized.
Durham.